Hi guys, it's another gorgeous day, so I'm coming to you from my hammock because I just couldn't stay inside today. So finals are behind us and the summer is here, and for some of you, unfortunately, that does mean summer classes. I'm sorry if that's you. I personally have taken summer classes, so I know that they can be somewhat painful. So I'm here to make them a little less painful. I want it to be doable for you. I want you to do well, but I also want you to enjoy your summer. So I want to give you some tips for how to get through your summer class, do a good job, get good grades, and still have a life, still have a fun time, not feel like you lost your entire summer. So without further ado, please go ahead, a little further ado, please go subscribe to my channel at The Hopeful RN. Stop over on my Instagram channel, at The Hopeful RN. I'll have the spark notes to my video there in the posts. Share it with a friend and leave me a comment if this was helpful. Tell me what summer class you are taking and any further video ideas you have for me. Okay, now without further ado, here are my tricks for how to get through a summer class and still have a life while still getting good grades. So the first thing is to plan ahead. Be aware of what your summer looks like and give yourself time to study and prepare. So if you don't have a lot going on, give yourself a week before the test to study. If you have a final, 2 weeks, okay? And if you have something especially fun going on, like a party or a barbecue, or you're gonna do a beach day with your friends, be aware of that, factor that in, right? If you have a whole day that you're spending the day at the beach with your friends, okay, awesome, spend the day at the beach. Just start studying a day earlier. If it's something impromptu, well, you're already giving yourself a week to study with just as a baseline. So you can afford to lose a day, hopefully. Okay, so there's no reason to skip fun events. Just be reasonable. Don't expect yourself to learn everything in the day or even the 2 days or 3 days before the test, because at that point, if something comes up, you're going to be stressed and it wouldn't be prudent to skip studying that day. So at that point, you're kind of in a little bit of a hole. So don't put yourself there. Give yourself at least a week to study if you can, and 2 weeks if you feel like you need more time or if you have a lot going on or if there's a final coming up. That is for a class that you really have to study for. Now, if it's a class that you have reading for, again, space it out. Do a little bit of reading every day. Start, divvy it up over a week, divvy it up over 2 weeks, however long you have to read it in. Don't leave it all till the last day. Rather, read 20 pages a day instead of having to read 100 all on the last day. Okay, so that way it doesn't take as long. You still have your summer. It's not like, you could say, well, I'm just losing one day. And, your way, I have to study every day. Sure, but guaranteed that one day that you lose is going to A, be miserable, B, it's not going to be retained as well, and C, chances are someone's going to want to do something that day and now you're going to have to say no. So I highly recommend this. 2, figure out a study method that works for your class and stick to it. So don't reinvent the wheel every single test. So when I took a summer class, I had to take microbiology so that I could, they weren't offering the class on campus the semester that I would have had to take it. So I had to take it over the summer. So for me, for microbiology, that's a science class, lots of memorization. I used flashcards. And I have a video on how to study with flashcards. I have a video and an Instagram post with the spark notes of that. So definitely go check that out. That may be helpful for you if you're taking a science class or a class that has a lot of memorization. I just go over kind of my tips and tricks of how to use flashcards to study. If you're studying for something that uses slides, the professor's using a lot of slides and it's more understanding based, read along, print out those slides, read along with the professor, and just write down the extra stuff he says or highlight the things she says that aren't in the slides. Okay, so that way you don't have to write quite as much, but you have everything all in one place. However it works for you to study, figure it out for that class within that first span of that first test, and then go from there so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. The third thing is repetition. I have a post about this too. Repetition and rejuvenation. You need time to get it down. So give yourself that time, but don't think I reviewed it a week ago and now I'm good. It needs to be a little bit every day. Okay, so a little bit every day, it'll stick better, you'll remember it better, you'll retain it better, and you'll be able to bring it out and use it on the final. You'll have it in your long-term memory, so then the nervousness of being in the final isn't going to get to you the same way, because even if you're nervous, it's there, it's stuck in there in your long-term memory. Okay, a little bit goes a long way, you won't be as stressed, and if something comes up, you can go do that thing. You don't have to go and stuff that all in your memory when you're also thinking about how you're missing out on a fun time because it's summer. And then, of course, make it fun. Summer studying is the worst. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's really not fun. So make it fun, whether it's getting a nice drink, right? Go to Dunkin', get a nice iced coffee, and, you know, every time you reach a goal in your studying, whether it's you got to the end of a page or just drink your nice coffee. Like, honestly, don't even incentivize with that. What you can incentivize with is a bowl of M&Ms. I loved doing this when I had to study and I had a large amount to get through and I really didn't want to. I'd get a bowl of M&Ms. And every time, if I was using flashcards, it'd be like every 10 flashcards, I got to have an M&M. Or every page I got through of reading, I got to have an M&M. And you'd be surprised how quickly you get through that bowl of M&Ms and you're reading. It works really well. And then, you know, the other option is to study outside. So I cannot tell you how much studying I did in this hammock. It was, it's the best way to study, I think, is to study outside. As long as you can, as long as you're not distracted by the noise and the birds and the bugs. It is, well, when it's warm out, it's just, you're comfortable, and it just makes it a little bit more pleasant. So that's what I have for you on a summer class. Nothing crazy, but those are your simple steps to get an A, or to at least do well. You're not going to fail if you follow these steps, okay? I promise. You won't. You just won't. So those are your simple steps to get an A in your summer class and still have a life. I hope it helps. Again, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Let me know what you think. And good luck with your summer class. Best of luck. I can't wait for it to be over. Summer classes are tough because they're really condensed. They throw a lot of information into a short period of time. So they are intense, but it'll be over before you know it. And hopefully you'll have a couple weeks to just relax before you get back to the grind for next school year. All right. Talk to you later. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you guys with.